Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome to Easy Career Growth. In this video, we're going to talk about should you share your experiences, your ideas, your thoughts on the job. So, sometimes you get to a situation where you have a lot of information and maybe you've gained it over the last 10, 15 years, maybe you took a specialized course, maybe it's just on-the-job training, maybe you learned it from someone else. But should you take that information and should you share it with others, or should you keep it for yourself? Should you protect yourself? In this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of sharing your information with others. Over the years, I've learned a lot of things about people. I also learned a lot of things about different processes and how to respond to certain situations. So, should you take that information and keep it to yourself? If you see one of your colleagues getting ready to walk off a cliff, should you pull them back? Should you say anything? If someone has questions or problems with a program or something that you are a subject expert on, should you jump in and should you help, or should you just wait for that person to come to you? Or should you just keep that information for yourself, thinking that it might protect your job? Which one would you do? It's kind of a gray area, but I think it's worth having a video to talk a little bit about it, because you can do several things and it could be positive and it could be negative. From my perspective, I believe sharing is caring. I think that when you give information out, it comes back to you. So if you do a good thing, I believe in karma. If you do a good thing, I think a good thing will come back to you in the future. But you have to be very, very careful about information that you give out. For one reason only, I think you should know the person and know what their objectives are. If they're sincere and they're really looking for information, and you got to know what they want to do with that information. That person will take that information and do a report and stab you in the back with it. Maybe you don't want to give it to you. But if this person is really struggling, really trying to excel, really trying to do the right thing, I think it's only prudent and professional that you reach back and you help that person with whatever they need to do. Now, I'm not saying that you do the report for them. I'm not saying you give them everything you have. But I think you should nurture. I think you should mentor. I think you should help people along the way, because, quite frankly, you didn't learn everything by yourself. You got some information from somebody else and somebody helps you. Nobody gets to the very top by themselves. It's a journey. They say it takes a village to get. But what you need to do is make sure when you give information to somebody that they're appreciative for the information they're getting. They're respectful with that information. They're not going to use that information against you. Or let's just say they won't use that information to do anything negative. That they treat that information in a very positive position. And they take that information and they share it on, they push it on to other people, so more people can learn and be more experienced and continue in their career. A lot of people say knowledge is money, and that's why people don't give information up. But if you look at it on the other side, you look at the internet. The internet has got information from everywhere, and you can get information for free there. Some people say, ask a question on the job, and somebody will say, why don't you just Google it? Just go look for it yourself. Well, that's not the answer, because we're still humans. We still like that interaction. But obviously, some of the simple things you can go find that information out for you because it's readily available. But I'm talking about stuff on the job, like how do you migrate? How do you get beyond this situation? I got a problem with a customer. I got a problem with my boss. I got a problem with this software. I got a technical problem. If you have a good response for that, because it's good for that person, it's good for you because you're sharing it and you come across as someone who's credible, or maybe even a subject matter expert. It's also good for the company. So with everybody talking, everybody sharing information, and no one's trying to cut each other's throats, then it makes the working environment so much nicer, because everybody feels like they're on the same team, they're going in the right direction, and they know they can reach out to other people on the team that are experts in a certain area, get information to help the whole team go forward. That's very important. There's a couple things that, I think when you talk about sharing, we always talk about a business perspective, we're always talking about careers. Some of the things I think you need to be careful about sharing is health-related issues, trying to give information about health. Spiritual-related issues, should kind of stay away from the spiritual-related things on the job. If someone asks you something, try to keep it strictly to business and, and just keep it there. Keep away from the spiritual side of things, keep away from the financial side of things, some of the social issues. What should I do? Mom, dad, blah, 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 I got a problem. I think you should try to stay away from some of those things, because that information backfires, or you can say the wrong thing. Another one is advice about, political stuff, about who you should vote for, who you shouldn't vote for. keep those, ideas. You don't have to go to information and go to work and share that you're going to vote Republican or Democrat or Independent. Try to stay as neutral as possible on the job. I know people like to share what their thoughts and what they read on this website and what you should do, and if you don't vote this way, blah, blah, blah. It's horrible. It's really, really horrible. So try to stay as neutral as possible. Try not to share that information. You might be in a situation where you have to listen to it, but when it comes around to you, try to just stay as neutral as possible, okay? And look, I hope you like this video. It's a very quick one today. If you like it, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it to others. Look, I would love to see some comments down below, some of the things that you shared, or some of the things that backfired with you, or some things that happened that's very, very positive for you. I'd like to see the feedback. Go over to my website, book a session with me. I would love to talk to you. Talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.